Well, President Jacob Zuma will today lay a wreath at struggle fighter Chris Hani's resting place. 10th of April 2017 marks the 24th anniversary since the brutal murder of freedom fighter activist and General Secretary of the SACP, Chris Hani.
Well, the city of Ekurhuleni is paying their respect through various programs throughout the month of April. President Zuma is expected to lead the commemorative ceremony to honor the life and times of the struggle icon at the Thomas Nkobi Memorial Park in Boksburg today. Well, our reporter Natasha Piri joins us now on the phone line. We have live visuals there from the memorial. A very good morning to Natasha. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you give us some updates on people who have come to attend this commemorative service today?
Definitely, what you're actually seeing right now are just visuals of the ministers and the president actually laying wreath in honor of the late fallen hero Chris Hani. As he spoke earlier on, he spoke to the executive mayor of Ekurhuleni, actually just taking us through his memories of the late struggle stalwart, how he remembers him, and what lessons we should actually draw from him. He also outlined the plan for the city of Ekurhuleni to roll out a number of programs in the memory of Hani. As you know, that last year his house was turned into a museum, and the city recently declared his gravesite as a national heritage site. And as we know, that the mayor also taking us through what Hani stood for and what the H in his name stood for, namely three things: hunger, health, and housing. But also, this also falls on the backdrop of, the strange relations between the two alliance partners, namely the ANC and the SACP. After the SACP had called for President Jacob Zuma to step down. And right now, what I can tell you is that crowds are actually cheering him and actually booing the name of Sonima Baila after he was called to actually lay wreath. As you know, that there are two strange relations between the ANC and the SACP. Also, Sonima Baila, when he spoke to him earlier on, saying that such platforms shouldn't be used for politicking or for, black slamming each other politics-wise. As you know, that at the funeral, at the memorial service of Shafada, many politics took the platform to actually bash each other. So we saw Martina as well speaking out against that, and Sodi as well, but Sodi also saying that such, important points need to be raised. They need to be raised as well, but unfortunately, his name was just being used as he was called out right now. But I can tell you that members of the SACP, like Sonima Baila, here, Kusachu's President Dumodani, we've seen the president, we've seen the mayor, we've seen art and culture minister, also police minister as well, Sigile Mbalula, and so that the premier is not here, but we do know that I think Barbara Creasy is standing in for David Makura there. But lots of boos, lots of cheers from the crowd here against the likes of Sonima Baila. We just heard right now as Premier David Makura's name has been called, just a few boos over there. So it would be quite interesting to see what speakers will actually have to be saying today, as we've seen and we've heard a lot of people just coming out saying that I hope no person will be actually standing with the bench or speaking out against each other back in the studio.
Well, Natasha, we're going to be staying with you just to watch the entire wreath-laying ceremony. Do we know, judging from the program, if the president is expected to also address the people gathered there? Will he be giving a keynote address, perhaps?
The president will be giving a keynote address, so long as Chris Hani's wife, Nandi, involved as well. We do know that Kusachu members as well and SACP members will also be addressing the large crowd. And just to take you through who's actually in attendance, we've got ANC members and supporters here. We also got SACP. We saw a few SACP members also coming out in their numbers, people carrying SACP flags, but also we've also got NKBA, also got representatives from Sanko who are actually going to be addressing people as well. Also, in regards with, paying tribute to Chris Hani, we do know that the program has been outlined for later on at 6 p.m. tonight, where the former Home Affairs Minister, Mali Zigigaba, and other Finance Minister will actually be giving a lecture there on the times and the history of Chris Hani. As we know that, he also stood for organizational discipline, and actually somewhat expecting people to observe as well. Hani is the man he was, and for the organizational discipline that he actually stood for.
Natasha, I heard you whispering earlier on. Was there a prayer perhaps being offered in the background there?
Well, there were prayers actually offered by Reverend Mabaswe as well. He did also ask members of the public to actually keep calm and ask, he actually requested that the president had asked that there be no political, backslamming against leaders at Hani's memorial.